Just waiting for the time to tick over. My name's Luke Marshall and running a bit of an experiment before twin boys come. So I'll just wait for the time to tick over. But if you're early and somehow found this link quickly, what I'm looking to do is a speed marketing demo. And what you can see on the screen is the website of someone from a startups group who kindly nominated their startup and agreed for me to be able to look at it and pick on it as an outsider looking in. So that's what I intend to do. There's a bit of a last minute rush in the last few minutes before, because some of my favorite extensions are in a different browser profile, and so I had to add them quickly to this, and we've just ticked over. So thanks for joining us. My name's Luke Marshall, and what I'm looking to do tonight is a speed marketing demo. Well, what's a speed marketing demo? Basically looking to build pitch collateral, assets, visuals, anything that would help someone market themselves in the startup space. And I posted that ask in a Facebook group within a startup community, and someone kindly nominated their startup, which looks like it is Keywell, keywell.com.au. And I asked a few questions. Keywell supports parents raising neurodivergent children, and currently where they focus their marketing effort, it goes into building community through a Facebook business page and links to and a private support group, an ADHD parent support group. So just scanning the website and having a look, looks like there's a lot of content in there as well. When I did the Google, it looks like they've got some ads up, which is amazing. So popping up, first on Google or Bing in this instance. So that's great to see. And just evaluating it now, there's a lot going on here. And so if I was a parent researching, whether my child has this behavior, what could be done. If I look at this screen, there's about 5 or 6 different things that could catch my attention. There's this speech bubble here, another one here, and if I click on this ad, actually, yeah, it leads through to the homepage. And so one quick pickup, I guess, whenever we're directing traffic and we want them to take an action, a really good way to simplify it is to introduce a singular call to action. And so I think I'll write on my task list here. So I've got one value add could be adding or creating a landing page that has a singular CTA. Cool. So we've got one task I could do within the hour. Let's see how fast I can go. And based off where the marketing effort is directed now, it goes into community building through the Facebook business page. So I'm not sure if I can look at it with this browser because I'm not logged into Facebook. So what I'll do, I'll move it away and we'll call up this one, and it's my Facebook, but fortunately, I've got everything shrunk so you can't see my nerdy friends, and I'll visit that website now. So I've just got it off to the side of the screen, and let's see if this can work. Great. So if we're marketing through the Facebook business page, I'm assuming there's going to be content posted here. A call out here about just Facebook organic content. The engagement on this page is reasonably good for a Facebook page. 2.4K followers, and just checking the likes, comments, and engagement. It's okay. One call out though is that the organic reach on Facebook is pathetic. Like it'll only go to a fraction of the audience for every post, and so there's something like a bit of effort to reward ratio. So if it takes a lot of time to create these resources and post them, there's an argument to be made that that information's or effort is better spent elsewhere. If it's just scheduling, an hour or two a month, that's fine. But that's one thing I noticed there. And I'll just move that to the side again over here. One thing we can just sense check as an outsider looking in is whether Facebook ads are being used. Facebook ads are pretty effective for attracting a new audience. So if I just go Facebook ad library, I think it is. Here we go. And so with the Facebook ad library, you can check your own ads if you don't currently logged into Business Manager. But more usefully, you can also check competitor ads as an outsider looking in. And so I just go all ads, and hopefully the Keywell page will come up. Yep. Okay, cool. So we're running Bing ads with Keywell, which is neither here nor there, and particularly with older parents, Bing has a pretty good cost-effective, cheap cost per click, or it might be just with some free ad credit. If we are going to commit to selling ads, though, spending money on ads, Facebook would be a really useful advertising tool to basically target broadly, just with some useful and helpful content. So a guide, maybe about 5 things about researching neurodivergent children, or what you need to know before going down researching that path. And I've got some AI tools in the browser tab. So I think what we'll do if we bring this list over again, have a go at researching a topic that we can create a guide for to run FB ads with. Cool. And it looks like there is some sort of guide already on the Keywell page. So if I click here, how's your child doing at school? And there's some sort of tripwire or guide here that you can buy. I haven't heard of PayHip, but yeah, it looked like some sort of e-commerce tool. So yeah, I guess it's starting to get into the weeds now, but one thing you can do with something like a tool like this is set up triggers for when either someone visits this page or buys the item, and then it can activate a sequence or an intro. But Keywell looks like it's pretty well established in terms of what's going on here. Like there's a newsletter. Um, you know, I make this mistake too, but adding some sort of reason or compelling reason for in the copy for why someone should sign up for the newsletter could be better than updates. Yeah, and so I'm just having a bit more of a dig around before we get into the thicker things. Looking at more, stay in touch about. I'm just wondering, in terms of marketing efforts, goes in building a community and a support group. How else do we make money? So programs to help. Great. Okay, so this is interesting. The reason I say it's interesting is because we've got programs to help through parenting challenges. The way this is presented is really good in terms of talking about the benefits that a parent who's concerned about this can get, and register. So it looks like some sort of pre-launch mechanic, and yeah, okay. So it's almost like a pre-registration for a program that could be coming. So let's see if we can add to the list pre-launch approaches for launching my guidance, launching Keywell's guidance program. Cool. I'm thinking outreach and scripts and assets to share with. Cool. We'll come back to that. Well, actually, we'll have a look at it now. So in terms of the most impactful stuff, often with when I'm thinking about what could be the most impact or the highest leverage as an individual or a small team that wants to get traction. And so the things or thoughts that pop in my head here, sure, we can add a landing page that has a singular call to action, and that can be shown to people. Yeah, it can be mocked up pretty quickly. And the challenge with the landing page in isolation, though, is how do we get traffic? And it's relatively one-to-one. So we can't just put that link everywhere and hope people come. That'll be expensive. So in terms of leverage for the next 50 minutes or so, I'm thinking that one is down the list. Have a go at researching a guide to run Facebook ads with. I think this is second. It looks like there's some paid traffic here, and so having an asset that we can drive advertising with, it's not bad, but I think that one goes down the list. But actually, in terms of impact, if we can get a good approach going for this guidance program, and I'll just get this out of the way again and go programs. So discrete programs that help you navigate parenting challenges, each program evidence-based, implement your own pace, you don't have to wait. All right, cool. So it sounds like this program's looking to help mums who may be navigating parenting challenges around neurodivergent children, and this is looking to create a safe space, sort of group-based teaching, peer-based teaching that helps. And so launching that program and I guess seeding some interest sounds like, just as an outsider looking in, this would complement what's already going on with the paid or the private Facebook group. And so what I want to do, just as someone who's looking to help and demo how we could speed market this, I think what we need is a clear pitch with a value prop to parents, a bit clearer than what's currently there. A way to pitch and recruit interest from adjacent audiences. And I'll get to what that is in a sec. And a one sheeter that is reusable and can be distributed in various channels. So by channels, I mean various Facebook groups, sharing in an email newsletter, and we'll get to sort of how we can find all that stuff later. And then finding adjacent audiences and channels. I'm assuming these groups are presented Australia-wide and will be online, but assumptions here for demo purposes. So all good. Okay, so cool. A clear pitch with a value prop to parents, a way to pitch and recruit interest from adjacent audiences, one sheeter that's reusable, and finding adjacent audiences and channels. So let's get started with the clear value pitch and prop. I do have the AI tools up. I've got a few there, but actually to start off with, we just want to brainstorm a clear pitch for the value prop to parents. So what questions would I ask a AI tool to sort of help get that information? So what are the typical questions a parent asks when researching if their children are neurodivergent? How does that make them feel? What are the common pitfalls? And well, yeah, let's start with that. So let's start with the chat GPT. Here's one I arrived earlier, and I think we've got the first question. What are the typical questions? And we'll let that bubble away. Now, as some of you are probably aware, ChatGPT, yeah, amazing tool. It's sort of, um, yeah, has exploded in the last 6 months. But what I tend to find is the first pass is uh, always a bit shallow. And what you've got to do is dig. Even with GPT-4 here that we're testing out, but these are pretty good questions in terms of it's using a lot of terminology, it's using a lot of jargon that seem familiar to this audience. It's emphasizing uniqueness. I've noticed with GPT-4 they're quick to add a lot of caveats. And so, cool. So let's have a look. What does it emotionally? What does a parent go through while researching this topic? So I guess any sort of marketing that, particularly ones that are consumer led, we're looking for emotional hooks. So emotions are the bit that the people care about. And so for parents, um, rather than talking about the specific tactical logical details like autism, dyslexia, we're actually less interested in that, even though it's an important part of what the service offering is. From a awareness raising point of view, we actually want to find what emotions a person is going through, so that we can empathize with them with our messaging, um, and help them feel better about what we're going to go to market with. And I appreciate that I'm looking at this information fairly cold and making simplifications and generalizations, but I think it's educational from a demonstration purpose, because with, I guess, the startup world, it's really easy to get stuck in analysis paralysis, and especially if you're a solo marketer or you've got a sole team. And what's more important is simply taking action and moving and figuring it out as you go. So ChatGPT sort of delivered quite a lot of goods here. So I'm just making some lists about the questions here, the emotions. Lots of confusion and overwhelm. I'm just typing off screen here. Fear of stigma. Guilt, wondering if they could have done something differently. And it seems like it's sort of a journey. There's some challenging emotions here, and then I guess more compassionate or understanding emotions further down. Um, these are really powerful words though: stigma, fear, guilt, relief, empowerment. Cool. So this is the list I got here. So I guess the thrust of what we're looking for here is, if I'm talking to a parent who is new to researching this area, feeling overwhelmed and the like, if we're not talking or addressing these emotions first and foremost in whatever it is we're offering, then yeah, it's going to be challenging to get past with any further information, because this is top of mind for them. This is the emotional stuff. Cool. Cool. So just throwing it out here, imagine I'm writing a landing page that offers a peer-based group support service. Using the information above, can you write a compelling headline that offers this? Cool. So we'll let that generate away. Do one that's shorter and more impactful. It just sounds a bit too wordy there. We don't need the supportive peer-based community in there. It's a really compelling call to action I can add to this that drives a sense of urgency and offers relief. Don't wait. Yeah, the tools start to surprise me. When I first started playing with these tools, there was one that was like in the wellness space, and it was let's create magic together. I'm like, oh, that is so. That makes a lot of sense for what they were offering. So let's read this. Don't wait. Find relief today. Join our supportive community now and transform your family's journey. A little vague, but it's enough to go with. So I'm going to yoink that and we'll put it down on the cheap. Cool. And I want to keep going. So what are the common pitfalls that a parent goes through while researching this area? So by pitfalls, I mean common traps or mistakes that can be made along the way. And we front foot and name them in our landing page and our offer. It can help mitigate some of the resistance to sort of engaging or learning more. Before before it appears. So that's why I'm going for there. Cool. I'm actually going to let ChatGPT do its thing now, and we'll come back to my cheat sheet or worksheet list. So a clear pitch for the value prop to parents. Okay, so we've got a little bit of that. A way to pitch and recruit interest from adjacent audiences. What we might do is come back to that, I think. So move that down the list. I think we can get started on the one sheeter. So I'm using the Apple suite of tools, and here's one I prepared earlier. A little hack with Keynote, which is the presentation tool for Mac, is that you can change the dimensions here, custom slide size, and the pixels, and that will create essentially an A4 one-sheeter. And so a one-sheeter is a really easy way to sort of get in the hands of people, answer questions, and do various things. And so there wasn't too much branding and design on where are we? Profiles on the Keywell page, but here we go. But I do want to, I've already grabbed the logo. And because I don't have a designer at all, I'm just going to click this extension. And so it grabs the colors or the key themes for me. I think it grabs the font as well, Lato. I don't even have that one installed, but we'll see. And yeah, so I can make the one sheeter look in the look and feel um, of this web page, just so it has a bit more authenticity. So let's go back. I'll grab the logo. It's just off screen. And I'll keep it off screen actually. One sec. There we go. And coming now. There we go. Cool. Another tool I like to use, again, not a designer, but is Pixelmator, which is, I guess, is a ghetto version of the Adobe suite. What I can do with Pixelmator is I go insert file, just grab the file. Open with preview. So minimize that. Cool. And with Pixelmator, I can do something called the magic. Yeah, cool. Tidy it up a little bit there. Great. And now I could keep doing it in Pixelmator, but I actually find for rough and ready, Keynote's the go. Cool. So the logo does look a little big there, and I just double click this to crop that bit out. Done. Yeah, cool. So it's starting to look slightly more professional. So we need a headline. So I will increase this one, view, zoom to fit. Just doing a time check. I think we're doing okay for time. Let's see how we go. Great. So room for the headline, and I'll check if I have the font. Format, font, show fonts. Yes. Okay, cool. Going back to what we've got here, text colors. Look like the header 18 pixels, 36 pixels, sorry. So, yeah, and this is super Zonga size, so we'll have to, yeah, let's go a bit bigger. Latte, and is it regular latte? Normal. Yep. And the color, it looks like it's black. So I'm just going here, like, it's close enough. All right, so we've got a headline and we've got some stuff that we pulled from ChatGPT, which was having a good rabbit here. I don't mind the don't wait. So don't wait, find relief today. See how it looks. It looks actually, there's a tool called ClickFunnels, and the way this copy presents with the capitalized lettering or Kajabi, yeah, it looks a bit like that. That's all right. I'm just playing with it now a little bit, the alignment, and I'm sure my design friends will laugh at me for doing this. Don't wait, find relief today, join. So I didn't mind this, but I actually think join. Space peer support group supporting parents with neurodivergent children. And instead, we'll go, it was a program, so let's call it that. Looks a little too big now, so just pop it down, maybe 100. Where do you go here? Cool. Great. Oh, we might do just some positioning stuff there. And now, don't wait, find relief today. Find relief. Know what your relief with. And sorry, I'm going a bit quiet. I can't talk and type at the same time while I'm thinking. Find relief with those who understand what you're going through. The exclamation mark doesn't seem appropriate here. Join in. Cool. Now what we want to do is look at the brainstorm list of emotions and then the common pitfalls and basically marry the two in a way that's 3 to 5 benefits they get from joining this group, and then look to add a call to action at the bottom that will invite the next best thing they can do as an action to sort of get involved. And it looked like some inquiry page. So what we might do, where are we here? Cool. Pre-launch. This one. Cool. All right. So I think we addressed these. These are the emotions that we sort of called out, and attach it to some of the common pitfalls, which I'll come back to. So we just duplicate this. It's Command D. I learned that one only recently, and I'll check what the font is for body. Where are we? Cool. Patua. I haven't heard what a patua is. Which one's patua? Is it the? It looks like these ones. Do I have it? It'd be handy if I could have a different one. Font. Patua. Papyrus. No. Oh. Hey, so in that case, we'll just have to go with something similar and complementary that I know I will have, and we'll have a look at. Where is it? Roboto. It's so weird doing it under the pressure of the clock, but I think there we go. Okay, and let's now copy pasta these ones. I'll go here. 50. Cool. Muck around with that font size in a sec. And the other good thing about Keynote is that you can get the sort of positioning. You get all these cues with the alignment rulers, and so it can help you tidy things further on. Yeah. Guilt about if you could. Relief I've already used, so I might just go with the 3: confusion, stigma, guilt, and then look to have some sort of social proof about feeling empowered. Or feel empowered down here. And let's go CTA down here. Cool. Excellent. Cool. So let's have a look now back at ChatGPT. Combine. Can you address the feelings of guilt, stigma, and confusion, overwhelm into 3 compelling bullet points on the benefits of our evidence-based peer support program for these parents. Awesome. Another cue that I've noticed with ChatGPT is say imagine you're this or do this. They'll often weave it into the sentence, so I don't need them to repeat the evidence-based peer support program. It's clearly in the headline, but I can tidy up this copy. And one of my concerns, just looking at it with my marketing eyes, is that there's a bit too much negativity in here. So if we add the follow-up statement about empowerment, it might offset it. But over time, you'd probably want to craft this copy with less negative and balance it a bit more with the positive elements as well. So I'm just going to straight up copy paste this in the interest of speed. Whoops. Edit, paste, and match style. Let's move this out of the way. Cool. And while I'm doing this, get some alignment happening. Now, when designing assets like this, a really easy hack is just to align everything to the left. See, it looks neat in here. It looks a little wordy still, but we're getting there. So I might max this up to 60. Cool. And great. Go back to ChatGPT. Now, write a compelling paragraph. That's people going through this program and feeling empowered by taking action. There are a couple other things that happen here. Being able to love and accept. Make sure you get the wording. Love. Appreciate their child's unique talents. Oh, leaf at finding help from others, going through it. Cool. Wow, it's laying it on thick here. Experience the transformative power. Yeah, this is one of the problems with these tools, at least present day. Uh, yeah, and I could probably prompt it and finesse it to get some better wording there, but it can lay it on a bit thick at times. But this is plenty to work with, within the time frame. So just looking at the paragraph, it's quite long. We'll be able to tighten it up, shorten it, and actually, that's probably a good bridge for Hemingway app. So yeah, I pride myself on my writing ability. Definitely not my typo ability. The Hemingway app's a really cool tool in that basically with any online sort of language, you really want it to be grade 2, grade 3, grade 5 max, and make it readable. And for online, that means really short sentences, not a lot of words with a lot of syllables, and basically punchy. So if we go back and just have a look at this in its current. And back in Hemingway app, cool. See, it's not punchy at all. So rewrite this paragraph to be punchy, short, succinct, and readable in grade 5 language. And it's probably stretched a bit to the other way now because it's instead of neurodivergent saying special kids. I don't mind it though, so we'll find a happy medium between the two. Cool. And yep, so if I just grab that and chuck it back in Hemingway, see, it's a lot more readable. Still not quite grade 5, but definitely a lot easier to read, and that's the goal. So let's see if we can chuck this here and make it make sense. Cool, and we'll align it all. Oops, wrong way. The pixel dimensions are a little high for an A4, I've realized, and so the keynote is not loading as fast as it can. Cool. Another trick is arrange a lot, distribute vertically. There we go. Cool. Support group. 60. Yeah, I thought it looked a little light on. Let's go 60. You can see me playing with the positioning now and trying to get it all neat and aligned within the time frame. And so I don't mind. We could probably do here. Group. Let's just push it a little bit this way. And we'll add some little blingy here. So if we go back to the colors, I think there was some shade of brown. Yeah, I think this color is a good one. So we go here and again, in the interest of speed, here we go, we've got our V, style, arrange, sorry, rotate. There you go. Let's make it much bigger. 200. Yeah, cool. And now back to that color, copy, back to this. I can feel the time running out and I can feel myself going a bit faster to try and meet my deadline. Definitely not going to get through that whole list, but that's all right. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Cool. So now we've got our fancy sort of. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give that little bump there. Now, the call to action for something like this, if the program isn't launched and we're looking to validate this, I think a very reasonable ask here would be booking a call and a bit of a discovery call. So we'd word it a bit differently, but it'd be something like interest in the next cohort, have a quick 10-minute chat to see if this program's a fit for you. And I'd probably say risk-free or something. So cool. And now the CDA, it's buried all the way down there. So let's just move this a little bit higher, maybe that. Cool. Go back to our Lato font. Lato. Yep. And we want this to be bold. Oh, my Mac tonight. Next time we'll do it a bit faster. CTA down here. Not sure if this program is for you. Book an obligation. Free 10-minute chat to talk. Let's make some room. Why is that going silly? Fit. Sorry for the humming. And I just saw it because I wanted to align here too, just nice and neatly. So I'm going to try docking the font here. Nice. There. And we'll go back to this a different color from the font design. Brown. That's too much brown. Is there something else I can do? Yeah, and what we're doing with mixing up the colors here is simply just adding a bit of variance to make the page more interesting, not just blue. Cool. Look, it'll do. I wouldn't mind some sort of visual or button here. We might run out of time, but I'll just see if there's any. Okay. So I can grab this stone stuff. Is that it? I don't know. I struggle when lifting those things. See if there's any other visuals I can grab. Completely missed this. Right. There's an app as well. Amazing. Okay. And we get more colors this way too. So I'm going to grab one. And this tool is with Mac, and I can just grab a color here like that, go back to my keynote. And what we'll just do is a shape that uses that color. I'll just spread it across here. There. Cool. And what we can do is add a button. So because with Keynote and other PDF buildings tools, you can actually have that pushed through to a link. So I'll call it book call now, reduce the cool. And that can just be linked. And so if I go file, duplicate, file, save as, or export to PDF, it should pop up. There we go. PDF. Next. It's actually print. Page range for runtime. Save as PDF. And there's usually an option, and I can't find it. Keywell PDF example, where you can print it as an interactive to make that click. But may as well save that. And we'll also save as, just in case this is useful, editable keynote for later. Great, cool. So let's go back to my list. Not that one, the other one. And what can we get done in the next 10 minutes? So we've got the one sheet of them, a way to pitch and recruit interest from adjacent audiences. So adjacent audiences in this instance would be anyone that services parents and neurodivergent children as well. And off the top of my head, it would be service providers, psychologists, a really obvious one at the moment, because the mental health system is inundated, is referral pathways. So, for example, if a particular clinic is turning away people and there's a parent in need, they could be directed to this resource to be able to help them. And it's not quite the same as getting psychological support, but at least it gives the parents some coping strategies. So let's have a quick, let's bosh out a quick pitch for that. I might, so target ADHD specialist psychology clinics in Australia, and we'll just look at Melbourne to start off, because I live in Melbourne. At Melbourne to start, looking for essentially a way to offer the information without creating extra work for an inundated office. So, ways to pitch officers to get referrals to our program. Cool. So let's call ye old Google, ADHD specialists, psychologists, Melbourne children. And we're literally just going to create a list here. So it's defaulted to Bing, which I find amusing. It's obviously, it's not obviously, but it's not my first choice. A lot of ads on Bing. Is this all ads? It looks like it. I don't know. Web. Okay, cool. So this looks like one. Cool. There's an email address and a way to copy. They all look like directories, so let's find one more. We're just looking for some sort of, okay, cool. Psychology Melbourne, child ADHD testing. Now, contact. Cool. We're going to run out of time, so let's just look at positive moods. And a call out here is that with any pitch, it needs to be short. Explain how you found them, and an easy to say thing, easy thing to say yes to. So let's test it out off the cuff. So, hi, I'm Positive Minds team. If you can find the name, that'd be a lot better, but we'll just work with this. My name is X and I run Keywell. I found your services while researching ADHD psychologists. If you're going to come in cold, it's really important just to be upfront and explain what you are, how you found them, and how you know them. I'm running peer-based support programs for parents navigating this process. I understand there's a lot of pressure in the system at the moment. Wondering what I need to do in order to have our program mentioned by your clinic. I'm happy to answer any questions, but would you be open sharing a one-sheeter and a link for how parents can get more help. Thanks. Cool. So let me talk through the thinking with this. Uh, Basically, with any sort of cold approach, you're never going to get 10 out of 10. And so what you want to do is explain who you are and how you found them. So you're not a creep and you're not an automation, what you're doing. Explain how it can help them. So in this instance, it's not the best, but they're getting inundated and turning people away. So we're providing another channel to which redirect help. And the killer here, the closing question, it always needs to be something easy to say yes to. So I'm happy to answer any questions, but would you be open to me sharing a one share and link for how parents can get help? So the answer could go one or two ways. No, it could be no response, but that's pretty easy to say yes to. And then you could potentially call and follow up the clinic and these clinics are seeing hundreds of parents each week. So you could fill these groups and programs very well. It's likely that as you start this process, it's going to be quite friction filled and you're going to not have a great conversion rate. It's going to get frustrating. But over time, you're going to get feedback of what works and get a sense of what works. And your pitch over time is going to get more valuable. And so with this program groups example, if it is helpful and all the mechanics and operations and the program set up and you're running it, um, and it's doing well, you can then feed in testimonials, you can get people to refer to this program, and it can really have an impact for parents looking to get support in this area. So let's have a look at my list and what we did in the time frame. I was pretty ambitious. I haven't done this before, of course, so we don't need that one. Got this one. Cool. So there's the information about Keywell. I said, here's a way to pitch, and sure, a rough Google on how I spent a lot of time designing, didn't I? And so the design itself, if we go back to it, file, well, let's show you the PDF actually. Downloads. Yep, and let's do. Cool. So yeah, it's a pretty good marketing asset, right? Like you could finesse the copy and work it out. I think I just saw something here. What's that? Yeah, and I'll hit save, and that can be something you can share. Be direct with, refine over time, create different variants. I did mention ads and a page before. You could easily update the page that we had on Keywell. Let's bring it over here. And if we just move, apologies, I haven't got it quite right, but we get this program and just do a side by side here. Yeah, this goes in a bit more detail with more emotional language versus this. And if this is a focus area for growing the program and getting more revenue in, this would definitely help. Cool. So I'll save that and pop it in a Google Drive. That was a pretty fun experiment. There was bits where I hummed. There was bits where, I figured out things as I go. But yeah, it was fun to do this. So I personally have twin boys on the way and they're due in a couple of weeks. So I'm not sure I'll get another one done before that time, but I'll look to do this again another time, perhaps at a different startup. So thanks for your time. I'll write this up in my newsletter as well. And if you want to find me, you can connect with me on Instagram or LinkedIn or my website, lukemarshall.net. Bye.